Introduce yourself and tell us what role and school that you are in.
My name is Johnson Kemboi Nyamlori from Juja Preparatory and Senior Schools. It's a school that was founded in 1997 by Dr. and Mrs. Muigai, who are the proprietors. I've been in Juja Preparatory for the last 17 years. I've seen the school grow. I joined the school when the school had 120 students, both high school and primary and kindergarten. As we speak today, we are celebrating a population of 1,400, 1,400 students. My role in the school is I'm responsible for the growth of the school. I'm a marketer. I also assist the directors in special assignments. I'm also do the maintenance work, that is electricity and electricals, plumbing and water supply, and construction, that's masonry, carpentry and welding. Among other special developments of the school, I also go benchmark with other schools. We've gone to other schools of our caliber or higher to learn their activities and come and try to what we can implement, which has also contributed to the growth of the school. Academically and socially, we have improved our services because for private schools to exist, you must have an added advantage over other people, and which you can only achieve when you know what your neighbor is offering or what your competitor is offering, or you also benchmark with the giants, people who are higher than you academically, or those who are charging high-cost schools, because we are a middle-cost schools.
The education system that you use is the CBC. Am I right?
We are offering both 844, which now graduated to CBC when the new syllabus came. We also offer Cambridge Primary, that's from year 1 to year 6. Then IGCSE from year 7 to year 11.
Wow.
We also plan to start A-levels this year, September. That is year 12.
Oh, that is a wide range of diversity that the school offers.
Apart from that, we concentrate also on developing the child individually. What I also see it's happening in Europe after in the trip that we have had in Europe. In those countries we have visited, the schools we have visited in Europe. We concentrate on the child. Like when a teacher is teaching 30 students in 40 minutes, it's like you have 30 lessons in 40 minutes. Each child have their way of understanding. And those who are not able to understand, we have a program for them. We follow up on them and we help them learn at their pace and enable them to fit anywhere in the globe, in the world. And that education is the key, is our motto. So this education opens all doors in the whole world. And I don't know, because of some favors on our school, that God favors us. Most of our students who leave our school, even those who are not the top performers, they find themselves positioned in the higher places in this world, not only in Kenya. We have several students in Sweden. We have some in the US, a good number in the US, in Australia, in so many other places in the world, not only in Kenya. In Kenya, we have politicians. We have CEC in Mombasa, in charge of health. And we have doctors in the Nairobi Hospital, Kenyatta National Hospital, Aga Khan, and so many other well-placed. And we thank God that they are able to fit there.
Okay. Before we even get into your experience that you've had in this tour of Europe, I'm very interested to hear about your personal opinions about your directors. I think that it's very forward thinking for them. First and foremost, you have the biggest delegation of people who've been sent from your school. But also when I hear about your role, this is not the first time you yourself are going to benchmark. So it's explain to me the kind of mentality and culture that, tell me about your directors.
My directors are Dr. Richard Muigai and Mrs. Margaret Muigai. Them, primarily, they are not educators, but they have become the greatest educators or teachers. Dr. Richard Muigai is a medical doctor.
Wow.
Mrs. Margaret Muigai was a nurse, a matron in the Nairobi Hospital, was a principal in Nairobi Hospital Nursing School, and later started the school. Of course, she had to go and do pedagogy in Kenyatta University. And now they've nurtured that school from where it was. To date, we are celebrating the 29th year with the 1,400 students in the school. That's the kindergarten, the primary, the junior secondary, the senior school, which is now 844. And then we have year 1 up to year 6, that is Cambridge primary. Then year 7 to year 11, all those years.
And year A levels coming up.
A levels coming up. We've just put up a ultra-modern school where junior school is, with all the facilities. Even what I saw in Europe, our homes, our laboratories, home science rooms, and the laboratories can match. In fact, our science laboratories are better than some of the ones I saw here in Europe.
Wow.
And I thank God for Dr. and Mrs. Muigai.
Okay.
They are very generous, and they believe in developing staff. At times they get disappointed that they take some staff to benchmark or to go learn outside the country, and when they come back home, they leave the school. But they don't get discouraged, and that has happened many times. We have a teacher who came to Istanbul for a music conference for a week, came back, he had already started teaching in another school, and nobody knew. Another one went to the US trip, came back, resigned, and went to another school. And teachers have been taken for training. But anytime they train a person and a person leaves, they don't even cut ties. They are still friends. Nice. Recently, we lost one of our staff, and people met their teachers, people who left our school 10 years ago. We were all there, a good number of the former employees in the school, because of the friendship that our employers have. They believe in developing a human being. Even that teacher, if he's going to teach somewhere else, is teaching the Kenyan child. He's teaching a human being that will bring a solution in our country and in the world at large. They just believe in developing people. They are very generous. They are willing to develop anybody, especially those who are willing, those who are outgoing, those who will go and come and implement in the school to develop the children and also to grow the school. But they have no problem. Even if some come back and leave the school, they are still okay. And God has blessed them. That's why I've told you the school has grown from that 120 to now we are talking of 1,400. And it's still growing.
Yes.
Very soon we'll be talking about 2,000.
For sure. Okay, now I want to hear about your experience coming for this Estonia trip. How did you hear about it?
Okay. As Estonia trip, because I'm in the directors WhatsApp groups in the country, because I've been attending so many of directors conferences in Mombasa, everywhere, in Eldoret. So I've been there. I saw it posted there. But to me, I didn't even know one day. It was not in my dream, my craziest dream. Because personally, I've gone to Egypt and Israel. And I knew, even if someone was to go to from our school, it was not going to be me. Because I've gone for these other trips. And I knew other people could be given a chance. Now, a team was put in place, a team of 5. Then the last minute, just 3 days before the deadline, I'm called and I'm told, Kemboi, the work you do for us, we trust you. There's a lot that we do in this school. And we are going to give you an opportunity to go for this trip. Because we believe, we know, whatever that you're going to see, you'll come and implement. Generally, I'm such a person. Like I told you, I'm a politician. Whenever I see something, I feel like developing my back, developing another person, developing our school, developing our country. Even as you were coming, when I look at the Istanbul airport, because it's bigger than the Strono, I felt like I wish our government and our president should come and benchmark and check on the Istanbul. You look at it, looks so small, but when you go around it, is the best. The architect that is there, it is so wide, very big, and it is a class. And I felt like ours should be like that. So whenever I visit...
you keep saying Istanbul, but it hit me because you were so late in the application, the way you're saying 3 days too, you didn't come through Doha like the rest of us.
Yes.
You went with Turkish
Yes, Turkish airline.
and you went through Istanbul.
Yes, because the other one, it was full.
And now even going back, because we leave today, you're going back again with.
We are going back through Istanbul.
Oh, so that's why.
And
because
we will
you.
arrive differently.
Okay.
The other team will arrive at 11:30, us will arrive at 1.
And it's because of how late you were added to the program.
Yes.
Okay, I've understood.
I was added late. I didn't even expect at all. In my craziest dream, it was never there. I never thought that I could be in that list. Yes, and then I was just called and put there. And the visas, our visa also came out late. In fact, took some time. They needed explanations. And it were around 4 of us. But finally, God will. And we found ourselves getting the visas, and here we are with experience.
What has the experience been like for you? I want to understand from your words.
It has been amazing. It has been great. To me, we have done formal benchmarking and informal benchmarking.
What do you mean by
The
that?
formal benchmarking is the program that was there, us visiting schools and learning from schools. The informal benchmarking is what I just see outside the normal program. The roads, the discipline on the roads, the drivers, just the citizens of the countries, the Sweden, the Finland, the Estonians, and Istanbul. The way they wait for the vehicles, even if a vehicle is not there, they respect the lamps.
The traffic lights.
The traffic lights. They respect. In the way those people talk to people, they are time conscious. Everybody moves very fast. Everybody knows where they are going. You can hardly find people just seated there doing nothing, unless you find them in the hotel, catching up, seated, taking tea. But on the roads, people just sitting there doing nothing, you cannot find people doing that. People know what they are doing. People are very busy. Another thing I've learned is that the government give capitation to all the schools. They give capitations to all the schools, and the most crazy one is in Sweden, whereby high school students are paid money to go to high school. When you go to high schools, like you are employed, you get money into your account for you to be there. But if you also pull out from high school, you have to pay fine to the government. And I found it very, very, very interesting, very funny. Because back in our school, you have to have a lot of money to go to high school. There are some students who leave school after primary because they cannot afford high school. And in this case, whereby you are enticed to go to high school, that was also amazing. Coming to the normal, informal, the program that we had, going to those schools, the way we are received, you will find principals already at the gate in time. Because you're also trying, the first school, we went a little bit exactly at the exact time. The principal was waiting for us at the gate. They were there 20 minutes before we arrived. Now we are arriving. So we learned that we will keep somebody stay at the gate. And inside, everybody is there waiting for us in all the schools alike. And I found that one very funny. The second thing I learned, teachers are time conscious. Teachers know what they do. And the program in all these countries, the education program, is based on the trust of the teacher. The teacher is trusted to nurture the child. They believe that this teacher will do the right thing. There is no much of umbwa management whereby people are followed to do the right thing. People know what they are supposed to do at the right time. And they are time conscious. Children know where they're supposed to be. Even there's a school we found that has 1,500 children. You could not hear anybody making noise from kindergarten to the senior school. There was no noise. They know what they're supposed to do, at what time, and people were just moving very fast, briskly. It was very difficult for you to find a student just walking slowly. And another thing that's amazing, these children have phones which they use to research. And there are rules with these phones. There's a time they know they're not supposed to use phones. They take it to their teachers, and there's a place where they are kept. And there are places you are not supposed to go with phones. They draw a phone there and put an X. In the library, in the dining halls, there are places they are supposed to use the phones. And they obey. And they rarely punish anyone. They believe in trust. And I think when people are given trust, it gives them more responsibility to take care of their behavior, to take care of their action, and to take care of their development. Another one is the learning is child-centered. Children lead their learning. Children, as early as kindergarten, a teacher sits with the children and asks them, what do you want to learn? How do you want to learn? And then they write down. And even those who are still slow, they learn at their own pace. They're given a chance. So it's child-centered. Children do research. A teacher is just to guide. And even up to the senior school, chemistry classes, music classes, we attended them. The last one, the other one, is the equipment in these schools. They are equal. Both private and public schools, as I told you, they are given finance by the government. Both private and public equally. The facilities there are up-notch. The technology rooms, which I rarely see in our schools. I know in our school we try to make home science room as better, but they have a technology room where we have agricultural tools, we have so many things, different, very heavy and very expensive equipments for learning, which I feel we can implement in our schools. And I would wish that the officials in the government education sector should benchmark. As much as we have the legislatures in the committee, to me, they may not have that much passion to implement, because with them, they will influence from the other side. But the Ministry of Education, and I wish people from the State House should also take a chance to come and implement and benchmark with this country and see what others are doing. So that even if the government of these countries can give money, finance education in both private and public schools, back in our country, even the KCSE and plus these other national exams, the parents are being asked to finance us from next year. So it is so ironic that even that exam, the government is not willing to finance. And yet these other people, they finance everything. They finance the child. They educate the child. They believe that there is no private child and public child. All children deserve education. And to me, that was amazing. I wish we can embrace the same. Lastly, is the historical sites. They really maintain their historical sites and they believe in it. And when you go there and they explain to you, you get emotional. And yet it's not far from what happened to our country. You go to ours, people don't care, people forget. It is so good that even our children, we were there and we found that some children, young children, a good number in groups that are taken around, being explained to, they learn. Like we are always told that you learn from history what you need to do today or change today. And also the same history will propel you to do something positive today and also to plan for tomorrow. So our heritage is very important. This discipline comes from the heritage. We are also told in Estonia, 20 years ago, that discipline that we now see and are amazed with was not there. But they work on it one by one. And at the moment, you can leave anything anywhere, nobody can take. There are no gates in these big homes, including those big offices, like Parliament, no gates. And even those heritages, they are very expensive things, no gates. And you can rarely find somebody, security officers, guarding. Even the hotels we were in, we were with ministers and big serious people. There are no security men to guard the people or to check people around. It is just self-discipline, which I think we need to work on. It needs to start with the parent. When you give birth to a child, develop a culture of discipline. Let this child know that there's a culture of discipline here. There's a way in which we do things, and let it just sink in their mind. When they come to school, let that thing be continue, and let us work on values. Let us concentrate on values. When this generation grow, they will outlive these other people who are not cultured, or they will change them. And to me, I feel we need to spend more time in working on that human being with values. Instilling values, then we upgrade on our facilities. And these values will bring our economy up, will drive economy. Even that corruption will not talk about it, because the good number of population will have values, and these values will take us far. The virtues that we see in these European countries. Otherwise, thank you. Allow me to take this opportunity to thank the organizers of these events, Madam Kadri and McKenna, our directors, Dr. and Mrs. Muigai, who gave us a chance. They used millions to bring us here. About more than 5 million to the 5 of us. That is amazing. I don't even know what I can do to pay you back. I can only pray for you, Dr. and Mrs. Muigai. May God bless you with good health. May God bless you with more wealth, so that you can also facilitate others to come and see or experience what we have experienced. We will try as much as possible to implement what we've learned from this place, especially instilling values, or just being role models in those values, so that others can copy from us. Thank you so much. God bless you.